What's the best way you can really, really help the community you care about the most? I've spent a decade and a half building communities, nurturing communities, engaging with them, and being utterly, utterly frustrated by them. What I've learned is that the best way to help a community is to help it be better with money and finances. We're all part of a community, if we like it or not. As humans, we're conditioned to flock around ideas, thoughts, religions, professions, cities, minorities. If things go well, communities can be an amazing source of stability, power, energy, and safety. I've learned that the shortcut to build a healthy community is by helping them with money. Some communities lack money because of homophobia, xenophobia, or racism. Some communities don't have money because money is a dirty word for them, or they never really thought about money. But if you bring capital into an organization or a community, magical things happen. Creativity is unleashed. Lives of people are elevated. Really good things happen. Don't take me wrong. Money is not the answer to everything, but it's a damn good start to make everything a bit better. I've read in studies that healthy communities are places where people live longer, have less stress, live richer lives, and are safer and are generally more resilient. Most communities, unfortunately, fail to deliver on these promises. That's because people don't put enough love, time, and effort to build a really thriving community. Don't forget, the more you give, the better it gets for everybody involved in a community. I've always been a bit different. When I was young, my parents moved to the States with me. They were young, aspiring scientists. When I was growing up in the United States, I was the Eastern European odd kid. When we came back, I was the guy or the kid that didn't really get the local cultural references. In high school, when everybody was studying, I was very entrepreneurial. And as a young adult, when I was dating, I was this weird closeted gay guy that was afraid to come out of the closet. You get my point. I was different. About 15 years ago, in my early 20s, a tweet changed my course of life forever. It read, "Come have a beer with us and let's talk about startups." I came to this odd meetup of people, and I've met an amazing group of astonishing young entrepreneurs full of huge ideas, great thoughts, and mostly empty pockets. We've met monthly in different places. We're talking about grand ideas, and I knew this is the place that I belong to. This is my tribe. This grew within a year from 5 people to roughly 300 people in a community. But I knew this is not enough. I wanted to create a physical space where we could meet not once a month for a couple of hours, but regularly, every single day, 24/7. And that's exactly what we did in 2011 when we built the first co-working space in Slovakia called The Spot. And that was a game changer, because now we had a thriving community and a space where we can get started. Don't take me wrong, this was not an easy ride. We didn't have any money. We were scrambling for finances, asking for donations, working long hours, asking everybody to help us, to give us ideas, thoughts, mentorship, knowledge, all of that. But during those years, up to today, within Slovakia, we managed to create some amazing exits. We've managed to create some people that are millionaires today, and we created thousands of jobs for people that didn't really have to leave the country to have a Silicon Valley type of a job. This period of my life taught me an extremely valuable lesson that I kept close to my heart ever since. A successful community doesn't only need your emotional engagement, but also leadership and financial support. After building the co-working space and the ecosystem for a few years, I went into building a fintech engineering company that helped banks and fintechs build better products. Spent a decade doing this, and we had a fair amount of success and mostly luck. We've built this company from 3 people to a couple of hundred people around the world. This enabled me to do some magical things. The other community I really care about is the queer community, the LGBT people all around us. With this success, I've been able to create a safe space within Slovakia for LGBT people, host events, create a small fund to support the local community, and represent and be out there and to say it's okay to be gay. But that was only part of the vision. I wanted to create something bigger. And as the saying goes, if you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So back in 4 years ago, back in 2020, we started the first LGBT digital bank in the United States. This was an audacious idea. Building during the pandemic a bank across the Atlantic without being able to go across the Atlantic with a European team to build for a community that's massive and underserved. The problems of this community are, for example, the lack of financing for trans people for gender reassignment operations, the astonishing costs, which is more than $250,000 for surrogacy if you're a gay couple, if you want to have kids, or the generic lack of financial education and knowledge that you would get as a queer person within the community. Initially, we had a lot of good traction. We raised a fair amount of money, and we had more than 100,000 people that signed up into our platform. Unfortunately, due to several circumstances, this company failed astonishingly, but I've learned a lot of lessons. Unfortunately, the thing is, all the problems of the community are still there. After the most expensive MBA I could have ever asked for, I've learned that perseverance is key. I decided that I need to do another shot, another run at this. So lately, today, I'm building a platform that changes the power dynamic around money for communities in need. We're going beyond just one community, and we're creating a platform where multiple communities can come in, we call them community leaders, and can identify the needs of a community and help them with affordable loans and financing. Think elderly people that you build them stair lifts or install stair lifts in their houses so they can live longer in their houses. Think immigrants moving to a new country and they need to recertify to have a safer and a richer life in a different country. Think women running away from domestic abuse, starting from absolutely zero. And think of the gay couple that want to have a loving family through surrogacy. These are all real needs that need to be met and are life-changing in the lives of these people. Needs that are unmet by traditional banks. By providing affordable funding with the help of community organizations, we can significantly improve the lives of these people. This is exactly what makes me wake up and go into work every single day. Don't worry, money is not a dirty word. I'm going to repeat it. Money is not a dirty word. You can do so much good by talking about money with your communities. Go into your communities and identify the needs that are unmet and think about them. Remember, a shortcut to having better communities is via having more money within them. You can achieve this by multitude of ways. You can look for grants, you can ask for donations, you can look for alternative sources of funding, like the one I'm building. You can educate people to be smarter about their spending habits or investments, or you can even ask for investment. People in healthy communities live longer, have less stress, live richer lives, are safer, and are generally more resilient. So I urge you today, go talk to your communities, make sure you understand their unmet needs. Think if and how those needs can be met by emotional support, your leadership, and financial support. Money is out there. You just need to know how to get to it, and don't be afraid to make mistakes and try and try and try again. And lastly, remember, the more attention and care you give now, the better it gets for all of us. Thank you.